That being said, we're going to go look at one more thing you can possibly use to change up your tables a little bit, just to allow for a little more error control, I should say. The last thing is going to be, we'll use the customer table for this one. Okay, now say we wanted to make a rule that the balance in our customer table cannot exceed our credit limit, which is practical because we really don't want somebody being able to charge $10,000 if we only gave them a $5,000 credit limit. And you can see that some of our values have actually done this already because we don't have this kind of control. So it might be good to add it. So we're going to go ahead and try and do that now. So go to Design View. Okay, we're going to highlight Customer Table, go to Database Tools, and go to Property Sheet. And this will bring us up the actual table properties for this table. Now you notice down here we already have field properties, which you can also use to control some of your data. But for this case, we're going to go ahead and use this one over here. So what we're going to do is make a validation rule. We're going to click this little 3 dots next to the validation rule. And this will bring up a expression builder. Now it's pretty straightforward and really intuitive, so you can guess what I'm going to do here, but just follow along. So what we're trying to do is make our balance not exceed credit limit. Well, this is what we'll do. We'll take balance and we'll make sure it says less than or equal to credit limit. What we want is going to be this. So we'll do OK. And when we try and save it, it's going to prompt us a few options. Okay, it's going to tell us this because some of our data may violate the rules already. And we know, because we just looked at it, that it does. So just go ahead and say OK. And it tells us for sure, yeah, some of your stuff violates this new rule. You want to keep testing. So yes. And it'll eventually go away. Now we're going to go to Datasheet View and see what's happened. And you can see it didn't change anything. It was more or less just testing us at this point. Now if I try to delete this, I'll go ahead and make it 0, and I'll go ahead and make it 0 up here too, and everywhere else that it violates. Okay, I think it's just those two probably. Okay, now I'm going to try to put some new data in. Let's say I try and break the rule again. 9500 definitely violates our little rule we made, so let's go ahead and try and save it. And you can see I get an error message telling me that no, you can't do that. So we'll go ahead and put something like 74. Let's choose 7400. And up top I'll do 4900. And I'll go ahead and save it. And you can see it has no problem with that. Like I said, this is all optional stuff, but you can see where it really might come in handy, especially if you're working building a database for a company and you really cannot afford to make these kind of mistakes. There you go. So we'll go ahead and save this whole thing, and we're going to go ahead and close all this out. And I'm going to remake all my relationships because, as you can see right now, I deleted them all in order to make lookup tables. So I'm actually going to make all of my foreign keys a lookup table. And you can get to if you want to, it's optional. It doesn't really matter for the queries, but if you see me using a lookup table in the queries, forms, or report section, then yours may look a little different, and that's okay. It's all optional. That being said, our next video is going to be about queries, and then we'll do forms and reports after that. And they should be relatively short videos, so stay tuned.